that. Let's check back in. Missed a few laps, but there's still a lot of racing to go. Let's see here. So looks like everyone has pit. Veert and King, that is not correct. He has not been doing 24 laps on the softs. Hopefully this works itself out. But T-Widow makes a move on Share Shaft. The Yuppie right behind doing the same. Share Shaft not giving it up though. And he'll have to cede the position. And with Grack also pulling ahead, so now sitting in P1 we have Ankbank, who's built himself a nice, just short of 6-second lead. T-Widow P2, Yuppie and Grack right behind him. Let's check in down. Orioles still battling with his teammate, trying to make a move. Let's see if he can make up any more ground here. He does not have DRS. Oh, Vapor just made the move. Now Impossible Bacon has his sights set on P5 and taking over Share Shaft. Let's see if he can get a good exit here. And he's looking good, looking to make. Let's see if he's using any ERS. He's not. He does have the DRS advantage though, and that Ferrari will be overtaking the Williams. And that is a move made by Impossible Bacon. Good racing. Lock up there by the Yuppie. Veert picking up time penalty. Losing some time there to Yuppie. T-Widow pulling out ahead. Yuppie will have DRS, so we'll see if he makes a move here or going down into turn 1. So looking at tires, looks like amongst the top 5, nobody will be making any more moves. And Ankbank is on 3-lap old soft, so he is cruising. You can see T-Widow and Yuppie now is DRS looking to make the move. T-Widow using all of his ERS. The move won't be made here, but let's see if the second DRS straight. And looks like Orioles is spinning. He's back on his feet. Let's head back to this battle. And there's a safety car. And now this makes things interesting. Is Ankbank gonna pit? Are people gonna pit, or are they gonna? And Ankbank picks up a penalty. Not sure. I missed that. Not sure if it was a. It was just a track limits. Wasn't speeding. It's just only 3 seconds. So if he pits, he'll have to serve that now. And Grack picks up a time penalty on the safety car, and that is now he was looking for. Now he's sitting with 6 seconds. The Yuppie, he's provisional P1 with all these time penalties. He had his own time penalty, but served it while in the pits the first time. So let's see if, what everybody's thinking here in terms of pit strategy. And Ankbank stays out. And T-Widow, the Yuppie, both go in. Grack stays out. And now they're both most certainly going for the softs. Oh, and Impossible suffering from the double stack, unfortunately. I'm sure Matteo is not happy about that one. So T-Widow will come out in P3. Yuppie will come out in... Oh, he will not come out until... Let's see. I think he has to stay... He'll still stay P5. King IGD picks up a speeding on a safety car penalty. So now the Yuppie, this makes things interesting. The Yuppie will have to deal with Alibata, who is interrupting the battle between him and T-Widow. So T-Widow really came out in a good position. He will have the tire advantage. He will be close to Grack and Ankbank once we get all straightened up, but we'll probably only have 4 or 5 laps to go of racing once the safety car goes in. Just to recap on time penalties, Grack sitting at a 3-second disadvantage to his neighbors in P1 and P3. But both Ankbank and T-Widow 3-second time penalties, so Alibata and the Yuppie are in great spots right now. Looks like we will have another lap of the safety car. We will. And Grack is pitting. So he waited a lap to pit, but he's pitting for the softs. And he has to replace a wing. So that will most certainly hold him up. And he did not serve any of his penalties. Not sure if he can serve those under a safety car or not. So now Yuppie, or Alibata is in podium position. Provisional P1, obviously still a lot of racing to go. Sheriff Shaft sitting on 12 seconds, Impossible with 3. Tambar 9, Viert 15, Destroyer 6, and Grack 6. He's sitting in P10. And King picking up another 5-second time penalty to serve his drive-through. Oh, he's not serving the drive-through. I guess he is. So I believe the safety car is staying out another lap, which is not what Ankbank wants. Ankbank or T-Widow, I'm sure, want the safety car to get in as soon as possible so they can start gaining ground ahead of Alibata and the Yuppie, try and make up for those time penalties. But they still need to wait for King IGD to catch up. And Orioles. And it is hard to keep your tires warm when you're driving under a safety car for this many laps, especially brand new tires. Ankbank did not opt to pit for the new tires, whereas T-Widow did, and so did the Yuppie. So it'll be extremely interesting to see how this develops. And there, King retires on track, it looks like. Or it looks like he retired in the pits, so they should hopefully be able to bring the safety car in this lap as they head into Sector 2. Through the S's. As a quick recap, we have Ankbank in P1. He's been sitting in P1 all race. He's driven a great race. And oh, a bad collision with Grack. Not sure what happened there, but he picked up a 5-second time penalty, and his penalties are racking up. I'm sure he's disappointed of how the last handful of laps have gone for him. But maybe we've Enkbank, who's been sitting pretty up in P1, picked up a time penalty though, and he will have to make up for that time on these old. Safety car is in though. I'm not sure how Alibaba passed T Widow, but. And we're back to the DRS he can. The Yuppie hot. And keep in mind, we won't have DRS for the first couple laps. Enkbank trying to warm up those tires. He knows that they've been sitting cold for way too long. So he can keep this win. Alibada's threatening though. He's on older mediums. So he will certainly start to suffer some, and T Widow makes a move or Yuppie makes a move on T Widow. Not sure what happened there. Oh, and T Widow goes for the move, a little aggressive. Picks up a time penalty in the process and spins back a couple spots, and that's disappointing. He is now down to P7. And now, Yuppie is chasing Alibaba, who's chasing Enkbank. Enkbank trying to pull out 3. And if it were Yuppie on his tail, it'd be a lot more difficult than someone who is right on Shershaft's tail. Destroyer, wheel to wheel with Alibaba, makes a move. Lots of close battles in the midfield thanks to that safety car. Alibaba loses a position to Viert, and now he's got Grack on his tail. And you can see the difficulties he's having on those old tires. And we have is that T Widow spun at the entrance of Sector 2. So that's disappointing. Enkbank's doing everything he can to pull out 1 more second is all he needs, and he is racing against the clock. Yuppie's doing his best to keep him close. This is awesome. One little mistake can have huge consequences for either driver. Using ERS every chance they get. Entering into the S's. Yuppie's chasing Enkbank. Another yellow flag. Looks like it's cleared up though. I think that's Young Ant or T Widow. T Widow must have damage because he is into the wall. Hopefully that doesn't require a safety car. He is okay. He's heading back. But that whole commotion did cause a problem for Yuppie, who's now he needs to keep 0.5 of a second distance to Enkbank this lap. As T Widow enters into the pits. So Yuppie's just got to keep it close. He'll be using ERS every chance he gets. Enkbank is out of ERS too. Yuppie goes a little bit wide, but he's still, he's in great position. He needs to. Enkbank needs to keep as much control of the tires as he can within the S's here. This is where older tires can really hurt you. But if Yuppie just needs to keep within 3 seconds, then he's fine. It's up to 2.6. This is going to be close. Whoever can be the most precise on their turns. 2.7. Can he pull it out? 0.3 in the final. And it's at 2.8. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to pull away 3 seconds. And the Yuppie with the race win off of time penalties, but a great drive by both drivers. Ankbank will be disappointed at that time penalty, but that was a great race by both of those. Fantastic race by the Yuppie. Smart move to go pit for the softs at the safety car. And wow, what a race. Thank you everyone for joining, but it looks like the podium will be rounded out by the other Ferrari, Impossible Bacon. And congratulations to the Yuppie on winning the Tier 1 race in the Performance Racing League in Mexico. Thank you all for joining. The podium was rounded out by Ankbank in P2 in the Renault. Started out in the pole position but picked up a time penalty that cost him toward the end, but a great race regardless, and Impossible Bacon finishing P3 to round out the podium for the Ferrari. So great job by everybody. Fastest lap goes to Ankbank and the Renault team. Alibaba with the P4. Should really shoot Renault up the constructors. Share Shaft P5. Destroyer P6. Grack, Veert, Tambar. Vapor, Orioles, Young Ants, T-Widow, and King ended up retiring. Thank you everyone for joining. What a great race. Let's check out these incidents.